Alright, so we're gonna do a tier list today. This is probably just gonna be a bit of like a competitive ranked tier list, kind of taking a bit of both into influence, just where I feel like all the supports are right now. There might be some guards that you think could be played in support that I simply just won't value because I have not played them, and therefore I cannot give my honest opinion on them. So a guard like Nike, which probably could do very well in support. Actually, I might include Nike, but there's certain guards which I just won't include. So we're gonna start from down here. Achilles. Now, Achilles, I think he could be played in support, but I think with like his big thing was he had a really good early game, and his like fight was really strong. But they have nerfed his AA range, which kind of hurt him a lot. So I don't ever really see anyone play Achilles. So Achilles would probably be like B tier in my opinion, maybe even C tier. We'll see. B for now. We might turn around. We'll figure that out. Amaterasu, I mean, on paper, right, she should be pretty good right now, but I think she's probably B+. It's like, she kind of has a lot going for her. She has a good early game. She's going to be good in the current meta that's going on in SPL. She should be fine. She should benefit a lot from Pride Wind, Relic Dagger. And it feels like everything just kind of should work out for her, but then when I actually play her, at least from my perspective, and I try her out, I just feel like she's lacking something. A lot of guards in the meta right now can very easily escape her ult. So I think that's one thing. Another thing just is that, I don't know, like, she used to be this super hard to be reckoned with force at level 1, and then she just got really nerfed around her passive. Not her passive, the passive of her 1, and that made her a lot weaker. But I mean, I can see her have some potential. I just don't think she fits. Like, she should fit the meta insanely well right now, but I just don't think it works out. At least when I'm playing it. You guys might have another opinion. Ares, on the other hand, Ares is probably S right now, or like A+. He's probably A+. The thing with Ares is that it's really easy to counterpick Ares, but if you ever get a good Ares game, it's just SS, right? Like, if you pick Ares into like a really good comp, you can get away with it. But the thing is, Ares is so highly contested right now that what ends up happening in competitive most of the time is it has a tendency to make it through the first 3 picks, but then one of the team usually bans away Ares because picking Ares 4th or 5th is just so strong. But this guard is really strong right now with the clear, with everything, but I do actually think he might just be a better jungler right now. But yeah. And yeah, also Amma, like CC, that was a good point. So Ares is going to be A+. Definitely could have put him in S as well. I just think he is not S in support. I think he's definitely S in other roles right now. Archer, I mean, Archer kind of, she's the same, right? Like, she should be really good at level 1. And she also is to an extent. But I just, when I think of Archer, like, I love Nilmar, but I just think of Nilmar being like 1 and 8 and just trying to solo invade the speed buff. I haven't seen it work out in so long. She lacks CC in a sense, like without blink. And like, you can go blink first, but like what Neil did, and what Neil did really well, to give him some credit as well, is that like he actually went for the Rific and just tried to screw with the other jungler. But I don't think that really happens anymore because the meta has shifted, whereas you don't really fight too much at level 1 anymore. I think that makes Archer less good in a sense. And I also just think there's a lot of other guards that counters her right now, like Ganesha, Coumba guards that at least I've been picking up a lot on lately. And also both 2 guards that are super annoying for Archer to play against. I would say the only thing Archer's going for right now, she does really well into Horus, and Horus is a high prior pick right now. Next one on the list, Athena. Now, for me, Athena is really weird, because I played Athena at World, and then we lost 2-0 to Rival with Homie for granted, but I just have not touched her since. I don't know what it is. Like, she should be really good right now, because there's a lot of buff invades going on, there's a lot of trading. Being able to have that Athena to create some pressure should definitely be good. And she should do really well with Relic Dagger. She should do really well with Pridwen. So those are like 2 items that actually do her very well. But I think for now, Athena's probably like A+, like A. I'd say she's A. If Ares is A+, she's probably A, right? But again, what she kind of has not going for right now is Chiron is a thing. People figured out, well, how do you counter Athena? Well, you just play Chiron into it, and that's kind of rough. And there's also a lot of Guardians that actually do play very well into Athena right now. So Athena's A in my opinion. It's a good rank pick as well. Bacchus. for me, Bacchus, he's like here. He's like A or B plus, right? Like Bacchus is still a really, really good guard. Does really well with Pridwin. Does really well with Relic Dagger. Does a lot of damage right now. He kind of sucks in this way you start in competitive right now. Like, because you just, at least, teams do it differently, right? Like Dignitas, they start Tricks Tank on speed. I start on blue. Some teams just start in mid. Some teams start in duo. There's a bunch of different things that are being done right now. But I mean, at least for me, I feel like Bacchus just would struggle a bit too much with clearing the buffs early on, and also he still is a mana hungry guard, and all the items you're building right now don't have mana or MP5 on it, so that makes him way more like liable to having mana issues early on. So probably A for now for Bacchus. I think he's still really, really good, getting like blink ult engages with Pridwin does so much, so I think it's definitely still a good guard. Serb next. Serb just lacks CC. Like, his stun is so unreliable, and I don't think there's anyone that can like hit it consistently. You need a setup jungler like Erlang or like Nasha or something for Serb to ever work out well. I also just think, again, a lot of the guards that are played right now actually do pretty well into Serb. You can see Bacchus and Ares already have like knock-up immunity for his ult. We're gonna get to Coumba and Ganesha later, like Fafnir. There's a lot of guards that have a very easy time cancelling Serb's 2, which is a very strong point he has. I also just think Serb is one of those guards that does way better with farms. I'm going to put Serb in C for now. I don't think he's good at all. His only gimmick really is like playing gold, I guess. But I just, like, there's too many guards that count as him right now. Cabrakan. Oh yeah, Cabrakan. I miss Cabrakan. We're doing Cabrakan as well, of course. Now, Cabrakan, on the other hand, is a guard that I think actually has a lot of potential right now. He should be really good with Relic Dagger and Pridwin, and he has like a decent level 1, like for what you kind of want to do at level 1. He has a lot of kill potential, he has decent CC. The only thing that Cabrakan is gonna lack is kind of the same thing as a Cerberus. You're just gonna lack farm, and a Cabrakan with items is always gonna do a lot more. There's some Guardians where you don't really need items to do your job, like Bacchus, Athena, Fafnir, Terra, Coumba, Ganesha. You're always gonna be there, right? Like with those guards, you're always gonna do your job, if that makes sense. Whereas on a guard with Cabrakan, if you don't really have items, you're not really gonna do your job, and you're just gonna die all the time. That's how I feel, at least. So B plus for now for Cabrakan. Works very well in some matchups, but yeah. Skipping Baron. Oh yeah, Baron as well. I have not played Baron support in a while. I don't know if I should include it in the list. I don't think I will. If I were to say where Baron would be, he would probably be around B tier right now. Don't think Baron does very well in support right now. Supports are it's a very fluid role right now. You rotate a lot, and you have a lot of boxing going on. So he's probably B. I don't want to put him in C, because I don't think he's that bad. Like, the guard is still very good. Getting the brew is very good. But, I mean, I guess I just kind of rated him now, so I might as well put him in, but I don't know. He just doesn't fit the support role in what you need to do right now, I think. It's kind of the same with Nox. She doesn't really fit what you want to do, at least in competitive. Next up, we have Karen, dear little polar bear Mike. I can include that. Not really. Fafnir. Fafnir for me is probably A+. Fafnir is always going to be good in every comp. He's not going to be the best, but he's always going to be really good. And I think being able to just pick a guard that just is going to do so solid is super strong. His passive is good. He has a bunch of CC. He's hard to kill. His buff is really good. He has good objective damage. I think just he's a very well-rounded guard. So yeah, skipping Erlang. I'm just skipping everything in that, boys. I'm not going to put Kukulin in. Erlang, probably A right now, Erlang. I think like Mineral has had some really good Erlang performances. Trix has played Erlang really well. If I look at what Erlang does right now, he kind of creates room early game that allows you to play more late game characters in other roles. And I think that's fine. I think his early game is really strong. He kind of falls off into the later stages of the game, which is why he wouldn't place higher. But like early on, he's super strong in support. So I think A is like a reasonable spot to put him in. I think he's better right now than these three guards, or like these guards right here. So I think that's fine. Q is not support. Herc is, exactly. Ganesh. I'm not going to include Fenrir either. Ganesh, the Ganesha. I really like Ganesha right now. I think he has a really good, like, he does a lot in the meta. Like he plays very well into the way the game is played right now. like your level 1 is not the best, but like you can still get away with Ganesha because the way we start. Ganesha S tier unfollow. Guess you have to unfollow them because I was thinking I'm in between A plus and A. I think his silence is super strong against cards like 4 and Set, which are very high meta right now. He does really good into Isis, which is also top pick right now. He just does good into the top picks. And he also does well with a lot of the top picks. Like it's pretty good. I think Ganesha's A. For me, it's probably A plus. Wait, you can put them in between. What the fuck? Oh, okay, cool. The elephant, he's in between, dude. Bam. There you go. Gep is really good right now. Does very well in this current meta. He can get away with level 1. He has a Blingle engage. He has knock up. He has really good peel. He has super high rotation, which is also a very good thing right now. If you see a lot of the guards that struggle towards down here, like, I guess besides like armor, but they don't really have like movement abilities that you want to use to create space. Where it's like you can always kind of Fafnir jump, you can always kind of Gep roll out, you can always kind of Athena dash around because it's so low cooldowns. But you don't really want to use like your Archer dash or your Cerberus dash most of the time. That's how I feel at least about those two guards. They're just gonna die if you do that. Whereas you're a bit safer with these guards. So mobility definitely means a lot right now since it's kind of a clown fist all around the map. So Gep super high up. He does well. He does well into 4. He does well into Isis. He does well into like guards like Horus as well. Just very again well-rounded guard. And if not S, I think he's A plus. Ganesh Guan Yu, the Guan Yu player. So I played one Guan Yu game, and he seems strong. I don't think it would work in competitive because people would just counterpick you. And it's probably always just going to be better in solo or jungle because Gorn does really well with farm. It's one of those guys again. But in ranked, I mean, I can see it work. I think Gorn is probably B for me right now. Definitely better on other roles though. Like, he's not a B tier guard, he's just B in support. I don't really see it working too well. You have a bunch of mana issues right now, and with the way you want to build in support right now, you can't really afford going for mana items on a guard like Gorn. Like, you need those mana items, but you also need your Pride Wind, you also need your Relic Dagger, and like he is one of the guards that does really well with that. Talking about Relic Dagger and Pride Wind, by the way, like both Gep and Ganesha are guards that do really well with those two items. So, yep. Let's see what's next. Herc. Herc is really good. Like Herc is A for me. Come on, Ganesh, just stay there. You know what? There you go. All right. Hades. I'm not even gonna say her name, Smite. I can't include her. You know. Ganesh is freelon ranked. Yep. Herc is really good if you're really good at playing Herc. There's some guys like Trix, Arrow in particular. That's really good at Herc right now. They played really well. It's a good guard, high early pressure, can be super annoying, helps your team transition into the more later stages of the game. Not even the worst guard in game late game, but I think he just falls off a bit too hard late game for me to put him higher right now. But he's probably A in my opinion. I think he's pretty strong. Next up, finally an S guard. Horus, really good in ranked, really good in competitive. He just does so much, and I think people really underestimated his combo in the start. Like, people were maxing Horus 1, just max the 2, you know. 2 heal for 1. That's how you do it. So yeah, Horus super strong right now. So much mobility, so much survivability, so much setup. He's just insane. He does really well with Relic Dagger. Pridwin is fucking great on him as well. He just fits the meta really well right now and what you want to do. You can't really invade against Horus as well because his level 1 is super strong. His level 1, 2, 3 is one of the strongest level 1, 2, 3s in the game. So he just fits really well. He doesn't really fall off in the same sense as you have with other warrior supports either, I feel. I feel like he does a lot better. He also does better with less items than some of those other guards. So Horus is S for me. I just think he has a perfect place in the meta right now. The items are great for him. The guards that are being played are really good for him. What he does and what he excels as is really good compared to the meta we're in right now. So for me, Horus is going to be S. Not gonna include Hades, not gonna include the Goddess of Demonetization. Jormungandr. Jorm is interesting, right? Jorm is probably B plus in support for. God, fucking damn. We're gonna put him in D, because no one's ever gonna go in D, and then we can put him there. No, come on. Go to D, and then go there. No, okay. You know what? We're just gonna put Ganesha here. Anyway, Jorm. He's weird, right? Because he's probably just better in solo, and like he's not bad in support at all. Like he's pretty damn good, but I don't think you ever want to play it in support, at least in competitive, because you can just play it in what's it called, in mid or in solo. Like this guard is insane once he gets his items online, and that's kind of what all these guards, they need items. Like they need items to do work, right? And Jorm kind of falls under the same thing, but I do think he's a super strong support. Play him in ranked. Like if you're not playing Jorm support in ranked, it's really low most of the time. He does well with Relic Dagger. He does well with E-Staff, which is super good right now. He does well with Pritwin. So I think Jorm is like B plus, like just around A. Mainly just because he does better in other roles. So I don't really think you should play him. A guard that's definitely not B plus right now is Khepri. Khepri's probably A plus for me as well. Really, really, really good. Again, well-rounded guard, fits the meta perfectly right now. There's a lot of single target guards, as you guys can see, that are higher up. Like Faf is single, Ares, Horus, all single target. Athena with the taunts, right? Like all the big AoE supports are kind of further down the list right now. So Khepri does really well. Khepri A plus. I think he fits well. He's really good right now. He does well with Relic Dagger, well with E-Staff. Pritwin, not so much, but it's still nice to get that cooldown reduction, right? I mean, you could probably even argue that Pritwin is fine on him. Mobility lacks a bit. That's like one of his biggest issues. It's kind of the same thing with Ares, right? You're just kind of lacking some ability to go around the map, but probably A plus on the Khepri's right now. Next up is Coumba. Dude, Coumba's OP, man. Is that too high? I don't know. I just feel like Coumba is so good right now. He's really good at level 1. He has really high mobility with Blink. Relic Dagger, Pritwin, sick items on him. You can even go for E-Staff if you want to, right? Has a bunch of setup, has a bunch of damage. He's S, man. He's been OP for ages, says Status. I think Coumba is probably S right now. I think it's fair. I think Coumba does well in a lot of scenarios, and I just think he's a really, really strong guard right now that can be picked. Like, if there's any support guard that I want to pick early, Coumba is definitely one of them. He has his counter matchups, of course, but he does his job. Really, really good guard right now. Nasha. Is she A plus or is she A? She got nerfed a lot, so let's put her in A. Her setup is still insane. She, did I say she? Oh, he's a he. Also, I miss Kusembo, guys. I'll get back to our boy Kusembo in a sec. Nasha, he does a lot, but his level 1 kind of got messed up, at least in competitive. If you need to set up, you might as well play Khepri, right? They kind of do the same thing in the fact that you just isolate someone, which is like, well, that's what you do when you play Nasha support, is you ult someone for setup, and then you try and survive, because you're really fast, you have a heal, you have iframes. It's way, way better on ranked than it is in competitive, for sure. I still think it's a really good pick, solid pick, does a good, like, Relic Dagger is good, Pride when it's pretty good on him as well, so yeah. Afro, no, I don't count Afro in this list. Kusenbo's next. Kusenbo, I'm sorry. I don't like him. It's like, Kusembo is a really, really good guard, don't get me wrong, but Kusembo needs farm. Kusembo is one of those guards that just needs items, and you don't get any gold right now, or XP early on in the support role. Too high for Kusembo. Kusembo D. Like, I'm not gonna put him in D, because he has a really good ult. He's one of the best ults in the game, in my opinion. So OP, that ult, but he's really good in other roles, but he just does not fit support right now. Like, he's not a support, because like, you need items and you need levels to be able to do what Coumba does best, which is zone the backline and like literally just isolate someone from the team fight completely. And you can't do that right now because hunters are so over farmed. So if you're gonna run your Coumba player, right, you're coming in, right, you're like, hey, that was a horrible impression. How does he go? Whatever. And you're like level 10, you know, and you see the ADC. And you have this Anher player that just stands there with his spear, and he's level 17. He ults you, puts fail not on you, and then he hits you once, and you die. And then you just kind of stand there like the cover died, you know? It's just not good right now. I hope you guys get the point. Nike got buffed a lot. She does really well right now. I think she's very underrated. I would not put Nike in A yet. She's like a lot of those cards that are highly valued right now actually play really well into Nike, if that makes sense. Horse as well, Coumba, Ares, like all these cards are kind of cards that do pretty well into Nike. She's really strong at level 1, so that's pretty good. But yeah, her ult is good. She's good for distracting. She's one of the better warriors you can play right now. I think Nike is a lot better than ranked. You'll find a lot more success with her if you start in duo and ranked than if you played in competitive. In comp, she's probably like B or C tier, but in rank she could be like A or A+. So we'll put her in B+ for now. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? Moving on. Odin. I'm not like, okay. Maybe, no. You have to use your only escape to actually do something. Your cage is pretty dog shit right now, which is unfortunate for the Odin player, honestly. You need items on Odin to do stuff. Like otherwise you're just a walking cage, and the cage is not even that good anymore, like at all. Like so many of the guards that are OP right now play so well into Odin, right? Zeus is not a thing, really. People don't really play Vulcan. I guess Isis is like a guard you can play with it, but Odin is not good at all right now, in my opinion. Yeah, he just does not fit at all. Rage Dagger and Prison, I guess, should be alright on him, but it's like, nah, don't play Odin. Just don't do it. Not gonna include Nox. Not gonna include Osiris. Not gonna include Rat. I'm gonna include Zaket though, because Zaket is one of my my all-time faves, as you guys know. She does really good with Relic Dagger. She does really good with Pridwin. She's horrible in competitive play, but she's really fun to play in ranked, and she's really good in ranked if you actually know how to play her. So she's B+ for now. She kind of struggles a bit. I'm probably gonna put on B. She kind of struggles a bit because, again, all of the guards that are played right now are really good against her. Like Horus, really good against the cat. Coumba, really good against the cat. Ares, really good against the cat. Geb and Khepri, really good against the cat. Athena, alright against the cat. Like Ganesha, really good against the cat, right? So cat does better against like immobile type of supports, I guess, that don't really have like instant CC. So I just don't think she fits too well right now. Like Zaket is pretty good into Terra, pretty good into Sylph, guys like those, but nah, not right now. Ravana Fenrir. No, I'm not including Ravana Fenrir. I'm sorry, guys. I don't think Ravan, like, I haven't played it. Sobek is always the sleeper pick to me. Like, Sobek should be so good, right? If you think about it, he has anti-heal. There's a lot of healing right now. He has really consistent CC. He's hard to kill. He gets his mana back. He got a recent buff to his health and everything. Relic Dagger is good on him. Pridwin should be really good on him. Like, he should fit right now, right? Like, E-Step should be good on him, but he kind of suffers from the same thing that a lot of those Guardians does, that on Sobek as well, you kind of need items and you kind of need levels to be able to do your thing. So to me, Sobek is probably B+ right now, with the potential to go up, for sure, because I still have not played him too much on the current iteration of the patch and everything. But yeah, I don't know. What about F support? I'm not going to include that for. Like, it's not something I've played in ranked or in competitive, so literally I wouldn't know how to rate her. Sylph up next. Sylph really struggles right now. Like, his kit is insanely good, right? Like, he has a pull, he has a root with pen, he has a heal, he applies Lotus Crown really easily. His ult is one of the best ults in the game, like an instant knock up on multiple people. Who wouldn't want that, you know? He lacks the mobility to be good right now. he kind of gets farmed in like a lot of the jugglers that are playing right now. Just kind of run him down. He's very immobile. That's just the main thing. You can't really do too much with him. So I'm gonna put Sylvanas in. Probably in B for now. I don't know. He just struggles really hard in the current meta. Syl's DPS is amazing. Syl, okay. B plus, guys. B plus. I'll be nice. He just is not good right now. In at least in the current meta. The guard itself is a really good guard, but I at least find it very hard to play him. Try it. I mean, I have played Sylvanas in ranked, and it's not a fun experience right now. Next up is Terra. She's probably A, Terra. Again, very well-rounded guard. You can do some janky stuff at level 1 because you can wall a wave. She has insane team fight. She's always going to be a good pick. Maybe you can always... It's one of those guards where most of the time you can probably find a guard that will do a bit better. But if you just need to pick something for the sake of picking something, Terra is always going to be a really good pick. She has an insane ult, a lot of CC, does a bunch of damage. Honestly, I think Terra's just one of those guards that are always going to be viable and do a lot. So yeah. Let's see. 4. I'm not going to include 4. I literally haven't played enough. I would imagine it would be around here though, because again, items. Goddamn, where's my Morgan support? Wish I played that. Xing Xiong. C. He's not D because he does good into hunters, and a lot of people play double hunters right now. Putting Sylvanas next to Jorm is toxic. Jorm support is OP, dude. I'm telling you. I don't know. Xing just like. It's weird because when you think about it, it's kind of the same case as which was the other guard. I can't remember. There's like one other guard was like, this guard should fit the meta really well, but doesn't. Oh well. Who did I say? Terra's also better than Soldier support. That's also true. Amma. Oh yeah, Amma. I said Amma should also fit the meta really, really well. I kind of feel the same about Xing. To less of an extent though, right? But like, he's mana hungry. Red Attack would be good on him. Predatory would be really good on him. E-Staff even is really good on him. He can build those hybrid items and he can be super successful. He's just so janky, man, and his ult is really, really bad. He has good consistent setup, I guess. I think the fact that this one like debuffs AA is really good. But if you look at a lot of other support guards, like main damaging ability, they're just better. Like Fafnir stuns, and he does probably more damage with the hammer as well, right? Khepri pulls you, like Khepri has a debuff, which also hits like multiple people. I guess Shin can do that as well. Ares has his chains. Coumba has his root. Bacchus like applies anti-heal and everything, right? Like I just think a lot of the other support guards' main damaging abilities just do a lot more compared to Xing. What is this tier list for? Support? No, this is the new ADC tier list. Let me just there you go. No, it's the support tier list. Ymir is the last pick, the last guard we're gonna include on this tier list. You forgot Ramana, he's S+, I promise. Let's just piss starters off. I don't know. I think Ymir is really good right now. The only thing he kind of lacks, in my opinion, is like the mobility. If he had some kind of mobility, he'd be insane. Relic Dagger is good, Predwin is good, E-Stab is pretty good on him as well. While a lot of those guards right here have mobility, he can also wall off a lot of those guards. A lot of the guards that are being played, I guess to an extent in mid, also have high mobility, but they don't have like jumps or something, right? So Ymir would actually be pretty good right now. I don't think I would put Ymir in A, though. I would probably put him in B+. At least for me. I know some people might be really good at it, but B+ seems fair for me. I think it's one of those guards where you can probably see it on the rise a bit. It does really good into Ares. Does really good into Coumba. Is there anything I forgot now, guys? No Hell support anymore. I'm not going to include Hell right now. I don't think, like... There's a lot of guards that I could have included, but it's like... I don't think you should play them in support right now. Unless you just want to have fun in a casual, then sure, go for it. But at least from a competitive standpoint, like I would never play that guard. Ever. Gubis, Logi, Ymir is here. Persephone, it's what I haven't even seen the guard reveal for her yet. Like I literally haven't. I'm not gonna queue vote. I need to eat. I need to get these aligners off ASAP. Fenrir Nox, yeah, again, I'm not including them because I just haven't played them, so I can't give like an honest opinion on how I feel about them right now. But this is gonna be the support, competitive, ranked, like high level ranked tier list. I know, of course, everyone is gonna have their own opinions and everyone's gonna be able to like disagree, but please try and have a constructive debate about it in the comment section, if anything. It's always better to ask EmilZy, I think this is wrong because of A, B, and C, rather than saying, haha, noob tier list, Odin D, lol, and noob is not even in the tier list, question mark, you know, if you get me. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the tier list. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, press the bell. I'll see you soon. Until next time, everyone. Peace out.